he said unto them, Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned.
Thank you for joining the OSCtoLIFE podcast. My name is Luis Mendez, and I'll be your host for today. This is our first podcast, so it'll be a little bit more of an introduction of who I am and what we plan to do in this channel. So if you can, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to the podcast that you're listening to. Now, what is the purpose of this? Well, when I first got saved, my whole thing was I wanted to share the gospel because I knew I was on my way to hell, and I found it how easy it was to get saved, and I learned about the gospel, and I was like, I need to make sure I tell everyone about this. It's kind of like, the blind man who he didn't know too much, but he was able to say, you know what, I know once I was once blind, but now I see. But that was the same way. It's like, hey, look, I was on my way to hell, now I'm going to heaven. I don't know too much about doctrine, but I at least knew this. So in this channel, we're going to be talking a little bit more about, hey, how to share the gospel, what is the gospel, first of all, then how to share the gospel, and then little tips and tricks on what you can do, things that are attacking the gospel, things that are hindering soul winning, and everything that derives on that. Now, we are going to be talking about a few other things as well. We may go into a few other doctrines. But at the end of the day, I would really like for you to, after you listen to all these things, you come out and say, you know what? Now I know how to share the gospel to my family members, to my friends, to everyone who I love, to my enemies, to my coworkers. Because, let's be honest, there's a place called hell. And if they're going to, that if they die without Jesus, without getting saved, they're on their way to hell. There is no escaping hell. There is no way to, hide away from that. There's no, hey, okay, once I'm in hell, okay, I'm willing to, get saved now. Once you're there, that's it. It's done. There's no turn back. There's no, there's nothing you could do to reverse that part. But we could do something while someone's alive, and we could share the gospel to them. And especially in a time like this, you have the whole coronavirus going. You have this world that seems like it's really crazy. It's really important to know how to share the gospel, because believe it or not, I think more people are questioning, if they were to die today, where would they go? And if you're a Christian, you should be sharing the gospel. Some of you may be saying, well, I'm not called to this, or only, soul winning is only for those evangelists. Well, I beg to differ. This is what Jesus was telling the disciples. He says, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. So if you don't believe on Jesus, if you don't believe the gospel, the Bible's saying you'll be damned. What is that? That's damnation. That means you're going to hell by simply not believing on the gospel. And we'd like to change that. And we'd like to preach the gospel to as many people as we can. And I'd hope for someone who's listening to this, maybe they're not saved, and hopefully they can get saved through our program. Maybe, someone who just got saved and they're like, I'm too shy. I don't know how to share the gospel. Well, I'd love to share with you on that. Because the first time I started soul winning and we were going door to door, I was terrified. I did not want to knock on a door. I was praying people wouldn't answer the door. But there was a purpose was behind it. And I was like, God, I just need to overcome this fear. And I went to do it. And it took me about a few months to really get over that fear of knocking on someone's door, because, I look kind of ridiculous. I feel like, I'm not Jehovah's Witness. I'm Baptist. I'm not Jehovah's Witness. And I kind of felt weird. But, it's kind of crazy that the Jehovah's Witness are going out and preaching their false gospel. But us as believers, as Baptists, when we have the gospel, we're not putting in words, we're not mixing things up, we're not showing works, we're actually showing that is by faith. And we're ashamed to do it. There's something wrong with that. And I love for everyone in this channel who's listening to take some time to learn how to share the gospel. And if you'd like to take a jump and go ahead and do that, but have no idea what to do, come visit our website. And our website is OSCtoLIFE.com, and that's OSCtoLIFE. And if you go to that website, there you would see Pastor Patrick Boyle give the gospel. And on that page, I have tons of information on soul winning. I have from Verity Baptist Church, I actually have a soul winning course that you could check, and it's free, provided by that church. So everything on the page is free, and I even have gospel tracts that you could print out, and you could cut up, and you could share the gospel and start from there. Now, the hardest part of sharing the gospel is you actually going out of your way and making that first step. And once you take that first step into life, guess what? You've just joined our program, OSCtoLIFE. Well, we thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy. And we really pray that as you're joining us in this ministry, I really pray that you motivate others to go with you as well. Even if you're the only one, we'll teach you on how you could be the only soul winner in your area and actually multiply that and grow that, because we've actually done that in our area. So thank you for joining. Please visit our website, OSCtoLIFE.com. Also, check out our YouTube page. Subscribe to there. We have tons of preaching and tons of information on that. And thank you for joining our show. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.